And if the Miami Heat don't want me to have standards on the players, that's on them. I will have it. I will always have a standard for the organization, whether I'm a part of the organization, whether I'm allowed in the doors, whether I'm never allowed in the doors, because I gave so much to the organization. I have a lot less millions in my account for the organization. I have a lot less stats on the board because I gave up what was individual for what was pushed on us as a standard, as a culture, and what we about. And so if we about that, then I'm going to hold us to that standard. And so my standard isn't play in. That's not my standard. I understand a year or two. I don't understand being in there too long. That's not my standard. That may be somebody else's standard. And so if y'all want me to always, and the thing I don't like about that question by Anthony is, first of all, wrong time to bring that up. You bring that up at any other time. Don't bring that up in the midst of someone's moment. Don't make someone else's moment, because Bam is going to respond that way. And he should have responded that way, right? That's his moment. You talk about him. You talk about where he came from. You talk about 76 Church Lane. You don't talk about, some coming up about a former player saying the buzz in the city is not there. You're looking for something. And I have a good relationship with Anthony. And I will address this with him like this, because this is my form of communication. Anthony, you were looking for something in a moment that was about Bam and about the Miami Heat. Now, we can come back later and talk about the buzz. Do you feel the buzz today? Did they get mad that I said that and you feel that the performance? Then I'm doing my job. And if the Miami Heat don't want me to have standards on the...
And that's funny that D Wade and Sir takes all that and ends up taking credit for Bam dropping 83 points. Let's just keep it real. That's what he just did. Maybe not directly. He didn't directly say that, but that's basically what he tried to do. He tried to turn around and say, oh, they mad I said that? Well, then look what happened. Then obviously I was right to say that. Like, come on, D Wade. You ain't. But I definitely feel where D Wade is coming from. I wouldn't just say Miami. I would say the entire NBA. The buzz is like, it's the product is not there. And it's funny because last week everybody was trying to clown the CEO of McDonald's because he called its burger a product. And yet here we are talking about the NBA, and we're not calling them games. We're calling them products, because it is a product. It's a business. From a business standpoint, this is entertainment business, if you want to be completely honest. And that's one of the reasons why Vince McMahon was so successful and such a genius in his prime, because he understood the entertainment aspect of the business, of the sports business, and also making it entertaining. Now, I'm not saying that the NBA needs to turn into the WWF or nothing like that, but it damn near feels like that's what they're trying to do. Because I don't know, all these little antics and gimmicks and stuff, like, it'd be cool, but then just be like, bruh, like, ain't nobody trying to watch this version of basketball. Like, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? Again, congrats to Bam Adebayo for scoring 83 points in the game. I'm only really hating on it because he did it to my Wizards, but it seems to be more Lakers fans upset than Wizards fans. I don't even think anybody even cares that it was against the Wizards, because it was against the Wizards. So it's a lot of gray area there. I mean, he scored his 83, but when you have the franchise's best player making these comments, trying to light a fire up under people, and somebody goes out and scores 83 points, I mean, you know, I kind of got to give him props for that. I got to give him props. It was called Wade County for a reason. And the fact that we even had that 83-point game, not the fact that Bam scored 83 points, but the game that came directly after it, and with which the manner they'd even obtain those 83 points, just proves Dwayne Wade's point. You know? That the product is we have to manufacture this almost. And let me be clear, if you go back and you watch the Kobe game, probably not as much, but it was some manufacturing going on in that as well. And I read an article years ago from somebody, a quote from somebody that was at the game that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. He said at one point it became like a circus. It was like they just kept passing the ball, trying to see how many points he could get to Sound familiar? So to say one game is meaningless and the other isn't, I'm not trying to take that away from anybody. But just in terms of the way that the game is played, I mean, you're up by so many points with a little bit of time left on the clock, and you're fouling so that you can get the ball back, so that you could. And I'm not against them doing that. If the record is right there, hey, fuck it, let's try to get it. Who's to say, oh, well, that's not how you're supposed to get the record. You're supposed to do it organically. You ain't never been in that position. You ain't never been in a situation where you could even get close to obtaining 80-something points in the NBA game. Only few people have done it. Think about the amount of people that have scored 70 points in a game. Do you feel me? So I'm not mad at Bam or anybody for going for it. I'm just hating because it was against the Wizards. But Kobe's game was against Toronto. Who did Will Chamberlain and them play when he scored that 100 points? Most people don't know off the top of their head. Yeah. D Wade, though, I think he was right that the dude that asked that question was definitely trying to get just a reaction. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get a hot take. He was trying to get some type of buzz or something going. And to be completely honest, I mean, listen, the comments were made fairly recently. Bam replied how he replied. So they kind of like align those two together. But I mean, that's journalism for you. I got to take whatever the hottest scoop is. Crank Lucas just said this about you in the video after you scored 1,000 points in one game. Crank Lucas just said you'll never score more than 45 points a game. Do you have anything to say to him? Of course they're going to ask that question because I was hot in these streets, baby. What you mean?
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the clan. That's fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to steal Judas ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.